I got this new project I'm really keen to start, and it's a harp guitar. The red outline is the approximate layout, just as I've been figuring things out. But I've got my stock. It's a pretty valuable kind of cypress here in Taiwan, and I'm going to carve out and hollow out the upper arm extension there, meaning I'll need, depth stops on my drill and scrapers and chisels and routers and all that to get a solid piece of wood to bow in. And as I've seen with the real instrument makers, they've got the caliper type things that reach in and over and around, and it allows them to see, like over here, where it'll be, how deep it'll be. And normal calipers don't do the job. And from what I've been able to find in my sources here in Taiwan, we're looking at like, what's 15,000, about $600 US for a Japanese pair of long-jawed calipers. Crossed my mind that maybe I could just take a normal set of calipers, I know those are stainless steel, and whatever these are called, and graft the two together and make my own far-reaching thickness calipers. So we'll see how that goes. So I guess the thing to do first is dismantle what I can. Circlips here. That just comes right out. And hey, geez, their assembly department must be and hey, look, I got holes pre-drilled already. Looks to me like the best mount surface is this side because it's indented. So yeah, this first attempt here, it worked all right, but I realized it's tight here, so my reach is limited, and I found these Japanese ones that are more precise and made of a better steel, and this brand is better than that brand, so it's more accurate, and they actually cost less, so I'm going to do it again. This time I think I'll use a professional welder. Well, I cut that arm, and I'm going to use the pivot hole that's provided and simply use a pop rivet this time. Certainly a lot easier than doing it with a hand drill. So we got our two pop rivets. The jaws at dead bottom will overlap a little bit, which is okay with me when we get to zero, because as I learned on the other one, the heat from welding will tend to pull these jaws out a bit, and the only hope is it doesn't pull them out too much, but the deformation may or may not make them match up, and if they don't, I can simply adjust them with, I'd say, the grinder. From the back, we've got some strategic cuts, and our action's good. So, off to the welder. Over in that monkey stolen tools you want. The welder's just next to this temple thing. And they're busy. 今天好像很忙哦。
还好。
你有没有办法帮我固定一下这边跟这边？这个我改成长手臂的。买一个新的要12000、15000左右。这个成本的话，才1500。
你要固定是这边连起来吗？
对。那个热度会不会让它变形？
不会。
He says it's not going to deform, so we're going to find out. That looks good to me. It's a whole lot better than I would have done. Any idea what this is going to cost me? I'm going to find out. 好了吗？这样多少？
现在等下再算，我帮你碰一下手。
He's gonna go ask the boss how much.
这边撞的。
水当当了。其中一个是固定位置，对不对？上面是固定位置，这个是调什么？知道吗？
这个人要调它准确度。
我以为是固定的，可是好像没有。
对啊，就是它把它固定的这样而已，这个作用不大。
漂亮，像工厂做的一样。
我去这个要，
你看那个要调整。
这边有皮。
这样的话我就省了1万多。好了，这样给你多少
？50块就好了。
啊
？50块就好了。
50块。$1.50. Isn't that funny? So now I'm gonna go see if I can make some money. Hey, same way, Anja.
哎。
老大有进来不？
有。
老大。
不要。
外面。
哦，要不要广播一下？
好。
跟他说有重要的事情，让他赚大钱。I'm going to show this guy what he told me I can't do and ask him if he wants me to supply his store with a super accurate product for half the price. 老大，有空的话，我有一个生意机会给你。我要是把这一把算个7000块好了，原价的超过一半，你们公司愿不愿意帮我卖？
愿意。
愿意。Okay, I think I found my calling, guys. I'm gonna get rich. They're gonna sell these for me. Hoo-ha! 你觉得怎么样？
不错，
很棒。
很棒。
这起码我们是绝对想不到的。
对啊。
这样子外面卖1万多，他搞这样子定了。
我抓头皮2天，大家都说亏死人。
对。哇！
你记不记得我的成本？
对，记得。
多少？
等一下哦，2000减掉你8164是1184，后来你就再买个200块，1400有涨。
1400. Okay, so 1,400 was my cost, and that's what we got. He's going to sell them for 7,000. I think we're in business. That thing's in there as a temporary packer piece, and the hope is that when I make the cut through those 2 arm tips, everything will come out and dial down to 0. See what happens. Get rid of that. Burn yourself. and then put it dead center at 0. And we're just about there. This is what allows me to adjust, and it's not high-tech, right? You just loosen off the dial and you can change the face to match up with 0 and then lock it back down. For my I'm not a machinist. For my purposes, and this isn't going to be used for frets or anything, so for my purposes, bang. I'd say we're good. What I've ended up with here is my version of long jaw calipers that give me 6.5 inches or 16.5 cm worth of depth, and I've got a dial versus the digital version. I've seen these, and now I can see that they're available in the States as well. They're really cheap, and they break really easy. I've probably got 4 or 5 of these, so that's what I think of those. But yeah, so 6.5 depth, and just to see how thick this thing is, this tiny little hobby saw that says about 0.4 of a millimeter in thickness, and if I bottom it out again, I go down to 0, so we can see that. So I've got my little rounded over tips there so I don't mar my wood, and I can reach inside a piece of wood that I'm carving to depth. And if I'm shooting for 3 mil, I keep doing it until I get my 3 mil. 3 mil would be, that's 1 mil, that's 2, and 3 would be the third half circle to 0. And there we are. To me, that's enough accuracy for what I'm doing. Very, very pleased. Well, that works out great. Saved myself a whole bunch of money, and you can too. So have some fun, and hopefully you're a better welder than I am. I ought to make a case for it, and I've got 7 failure bends when I was figuring out how to make a sharp cutaway out of a bend. So I figure with all that wood left over, I can make myself some sort of a case that's going to protect these babies. And we are done. One last correction is the welding was $1.50 US, not $6 like I said. Save yourselves some money.